Hey, what is up everybody? How are you guys doing? Thank you for coming and checking out Bluefoot Homestead. I do appreciate it. As always, any support is great for the channel. That's appreciated as well. But today I want to talk about the other food preps. Things that you don't need a lot of work to prepare food for. Of course, some obvious things. They're all pretty obvious, but I just kind of wanted to touch on them. Now, a lot of people really focus on going for the dry goods, rice, beans, all that, obviously, water, of course, as well as pastas and things like that. Another big one to do, which is a very good idea as well, is canned food. Canned food basically lasts about forever. And it's just things that are really easy to prepare. You don't have to cook. You don't necessarily need a fire. Or if you do need a fire, it's going to be quite minimal. Now, canned food, you can get Campbell's Chunky Soup. I have a lot of those. Meal in a can, you can get chicken and dumplings, Vienna sausages, stuff like that. You can basically just crack the lid off of that thing and go to town on it. Yes, it's not going to be as good as heated, but personally, I don't really care. Most of those are going to be for, I need a quick emergency meal. I don't feel like starting a whole fire, burning up precious wood, burning up precious propane. For what? A can of ravioli? I'll just eat that crap at room temperature. I really don't care. It's all going to turn into poop eventually anyway. So, but there's some other things. Obviously, the most no shit type thing is going to be freeze-dried food. Now, all you really need is warm water. Yes, boiling water is going to be better, but you can also have cold water. Cold water will reconstitute. It might not be as fast. It's not going to give you a hot meal, but it's going to give you a meal. It's going to give you something to eat that's going to taste pretty dang good, most likely. I have a freeze dryer. I'm doing all my own. I'm doing casserole style. I'm doing pasta style dishes. I'm doing whole pork chops, cooked and uncooked. I'm doing all kinds of stuff to where I can just add a little bit of water to it. Now there's going to be other things too. I brought a couple out somewhere around here. Yes. Just some instant oatmeal. Now, is it good hot? Yes. Can you eat it cold? Absolutely. That's just something you can put water to, and you have a good, tasty, high energy kind of meal. It's going to have a lot of sugar in it. It's going to have a lot of salt in it, which is going to be good, especially in the summertime. And oatmeal is most definitely going to fill you up. Now, I'm talking about instant oatmeal. If you do rolled oats, whole oats, anything like that, it is going to always got to make an appearance. It's going to take a little bit of cooking, but when you're talking about instant oatmeal, it's quick, easy to go, and ready. And another one could be instant mashed potatoes. Pretty much anything instant. Instant rice, instant mashed potatoes, stuff like that. It's not going to be the best, but you could put cold water with it. You can put room temperature water with, say, mashed potatoes, and just let it sit. If it's a little bit thick, I mean, it's not really going to matter if, all hell's breaking loose outside. You can just make it happen. She's being a little love bug. Yeah, it's going to fill you up. It's going to give you substance, and it's going to get you through the day. No doubt about it. It's something that's not going to create attention. Now, that's kind of a big deal, is creating attention. Now, where I'm at here in the Ozarks, I live in an Amish community. The grid goes down or something like that, people be grilling. There's going to be a lot of meat being cooked. There's probably 5 cows per person ratio here where I live. I mean, there's a lot of cattle. It's almost all cattle farms. Yo! Okay, let's take a break. She fell and just went on my leg. But yeah, that's not going to be so much of an issue, but when it comes to cheesy, garlicky, Cajun blackened type flavors and stuff like that, that odor is really going to carry. And that's another thing, without heating it up, it's not going to carry that odor as far as doing something cold. So So yeah. What else did I bring? Okay, yes. Ramen. Yes, ramen. Now, you have your ramen and you have instant noodles. Now ramen, these you can do cold. I really don't recommend it. This is going to be basically the type that I'm talking about that you're going to get at your Walmarts, Maruchan, or however you pronounce it, Nissin, Top Ramen brand. These things, it's a harder noodle and you can do it, but what's going to happen is, well, you're going to have soggy noodles. And just ask anybody in your life, ask her if a soggy noodle's a good thing. It ain't a good thing. You don't want to be dealing with soggy noodles. Yes, I know, Kitty. But the other option is these. This one's pad thai. This is an instant noodle. Now these, you only have to soak. Maybe warm water. You could probably do cold water with it, and definitely hot water, but you're not cooking, you're not really releasing a lot of the aromas and stuff like that. All you do is you get hot water, pour it on top, you're good to go. Put your seasoned packaging in it and stuff like that. Now I will say with these, it's a rice noodle, usually a flat like a vermicelli noodle or a fettuccine type noodle made with rice. It absorbs very quick and it's not going to give you a soggy noodle. Not as much, at least, if you use like a colder water or something like that. But for me, I like them kind of dry. I don't like the broth necessarily. I usually take some of the seasoning away and just kind of make it a dry noodle. When you mix this style noodle up, these rice noodles, they're going to break up into almost a mush. So these are a lot better if you want to get the substance of broth and stuff like that. It's going to help fill you up. It's going to fill your stomach up. You're going to feel a bit more satisfied if you just got to eat one pack. I eat like 4 of those at a time, so one pack isn't going to get me too far unless you do the broth. And when you do the broth, just let the noodles soak. It's going to give you a nice pasta type noodle. You mix it around a lot, you're just going to have mush. But I recommend a lot of those. No, those you normally can't get at Walmart. I've seen a couple of them, but hit an Asian market. Get a case of them. You know, it's going to cost you maybe 30 bucks or something like that. They are more expensive, but definitely it's worth keeping in your arsenal of food preps. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of go over a couple things. You know, also obviously Mountain House and all those freeze-dried foods, you can just pour water in them. No cooking, no nothing. Easy to go. And definitely you want to have a lot of that stuff in your arsenal. If you do have the opportunity to put hot water with it, if you do have the opportunity for a quick fire, an efficient fire, sure, why not? But most of the reason I keep this type of food around is because I don't need fire. I don't need that heat source to be able to put some substance in my stomach. So there's a lot of other stuff, like just simply the different type of top ramen. These you need to cook. Pasta you need to cook. There's a lot of things that you really need to cook to be able to consume it, which are good to have as well. We're definitely going to be having a fire here. We're definitely going to be having outdoor fire. I got propane. Here, I can even show you. That's not a lot, but I have 6 containers there. I have another container somewhere floating around here. I've got one on my grill. I keep them all topped off the best I can. And I do always have a heat source. I've got 3 cords of wood, about 2.5 cords of wood, which isn't a lot, but I do have trees in the back to where if all else I can start taking out some of the dead trees. I've got enough kindling out back for a couple years, I'm sure. But mostly the purpose of this is to get things that don't take a lot of energy. They don't take fire, they don't take heat, precious resources. You can still eat, put food in your belly, and that's the most important thing. So right on, thanks for checking out this video. I'm gonna close it with that, and I will talk to you guys next time, and peace.